Hello, I'm Charlene and I work as a volunteer for asylum. The following video shall help you to prepare for your interviews. You will get information on what to expect from the interviews as well as some practical advice. If you ask for asylum in Switzerland, you will be invited to 2 interviews by the Swiss authorities, namely the State Secretariat for Migration, SEM. The purpose of the interviews is to verify your identity, assess your reasons for asylum, and to evaluate whether Switzerland is responsible for your asylum request or whether you have asked for asylum in another country before. The first interview is regarding your personal details. It normally takes place in a reception centre several weeks after asking for asylum. Besides yourself and the interviewer, an interpreter will be present as well. Should you have troubles understanding the interpreter or if there are any other issues, please try to communicate this to the interviewer immediately. The first interview is shorter than the second one and normally takes 1 to 2 hours. The purpose is mainly to gather information about your personal details. What is your name and the name of your family members, namely parents, siblings, kids, uncles and aunts, cousins, and where do these persons currently live? Are you married? Where exactly are you from? Where and when were you born? Which schools did you attend and what is your profession? What is your religion? Afterwards, you will be asked about fleeing your country of origin. When did you leave your country of origin and why? What were the exact reasons? Which countries have you passed on your journey? How long did you stay there? Did you get a visa or a residence permit in any of these countries? Do you have fingerprints in other countries or have you asked for asylum before? Moreover, you will be asked to submit any documents providing evidence of your identity or your reasons for fleeing. If possible, make a copy of these documents beforehand, since at least until the end of the asylum procedure, you will not be able to get these documents back again. The part regarding the reasons for fleeing will not be covered extensively in the first interview. This will happen in the second interview. Nonetheless, it is crucial that you talk about all your reasons for fleeing already in the first interview. It does not have to be in detail, but it is important that all your personal reasons are noted in the transcript of the first interview. The interviewer might let you know if you go too much into the details. Even if so, stay calm and tell as much as possible. If there are topics about which you are not able to talk, try to at least mention it so it is included in the transcript. There is no need to hide your emotions. It is fine if you talk about your feelings and about situations in which you were scared. If there is something which you don't remember in detail, you can say that openly. Please do not just make something up. It is crucial that you always tell the truth. Swiss authorities have a lot of experience and they will realize if you are not telling the truth. This may have negative consequences for your asylum request. It might be helpful for you to note down all relevant events of your life chronologically before your first interview. Therefore, for your own preparation and in order to refresh your memory, draft a timeline with events such as the schools you attended, work experience, persecution in your country of origin, and the time of fleeing. After the SEM has gathered the relevant information in the interview, the transcript of the interview will be read out to you again and translated into your language. Even though the interview will for sure have been very exhausting already, you should now focus again and listen closely. If something is read out to you which you did not say or mean that way, it is crucial that you intervene immediately to amend the transcript accordingly right away, since it is not possible to amend it at a later point in time again. We recommend that after your first interview, you note down what you remember from your statements. It can take up to 2 years until you have your second interview, and during such time, memories can fade. With your notes, you might recall some memories and prevent contradictions between your statements in the first and the second interview. This is important since the SEM focuses a lot on credibility of your statements. They try to find out whether you're telling the truth, and therefore they compare the transcript of the first interview with the one from the second interview. After the first interview, some time may pass until you are invited for the second interview. Once you receive the invitation, you may contact us. Asylex would be glad to accompany you to your second interview, and we also help you with your individual preparation. At the second interview, again an interviewer and an interpreter will be present. Additionally, a neutral person from a charity as well as a person typing the transcript will be there. This interview will focus on your reasons for fleeing, meaning why you have left your country of origin. Based on your statements in both interviews, it will be decided whether you get asylum and therewith the B permit. For this, you will have to explain and if possible prove that you are severely in danger in your country of origin. According to the law, the following conditions have to be fulfilled for a person to get asylum. The person's health, life or freedom is severely at risk in his or her country of origin, for example killing, torture or detention for an undetermined time. Such risk is real and still existing today. The person is threatened because of specific reasons, in particular because of political views, religion, or association with a particular social or ethnical group. The persecution comes from the government, or the government is not able or willing to protect its people from such persecution. Therefore, please explain in detail why it was particularly dangerous for you in your country of origin, possibly even more dangerous than for other people. You will also be asked what would happen if you returned to your country of origin. Again, explain in detail what might possibly happen, because even if the criteria to get asylum are not fulfilled, you might get temporary protection in Switzerland if you can't go back to your country of origin. You will have enough time to talk about all your reasons for fleeing. Tell as many details as possible. Quite likely, the interviewer has never been to your country of origin. Therefore, it is important that you explain it all in detail so that he may understand. Talk about your emotions and fears. If you had a difficult experience about which you cannot talk, try to mention it at least quickly. If you don't mention it, SEM does not know it and can't consider it for the decision. Always stick with truth and say openly if there is something you can't remember instead of making something up. If the interviewer realizes that there are contradictions between your statements in the first and the second interview, he will ask you to explain. Stay calm and explain the reasons for the differences. If other family members, such as cousins, are in Switzerland as well, their statements will be compared with yours. Therefore, it is essential that you all say the truth. If you don't understand a question, please feel free to ask what they mean. If there are any troubles with the interpreter, you should make the interviewer aware of that immediately. When you review the transcript at the end of the second interview, again you should focus and intervene immediately if something was noted down incorrectly. After the second interview, you will need some patience again until you get the decision by SEM. It may take up to 1 year until you receive the decision. In case of a negative decision, please contact Asylex or another legal aid center immediately. Asylum requests made as of 1 March 2019 will be treated in an accelerated procedure which should not take more than 4 months. In this procedure, each asylum seeker will get a legal representative allocated by the government. The principles for the preparation for the interview remain the same though. If you are part of this accelerated procedure, your legal representative can give you more information about it. Please note that this video only provides general information and each case is different. Therefore, we strongly suggest that you contact a lawyer, Asylex, or another legal aid center as early as possible to prepare for your interview individually. Many thanks for watching this video, and we are looking forward to hearing from you.